going to jump into this contraption. So pretty much, as you guys can tell, this is like a big fan. And when you go to swing, all the air resistance makes it harder and, creates a lot of drag, which makes it, as you'd think, harder to swing. And so when you start to swing this thing really hard over and over again, and then you jump to a driver, it's going to feel like the driver is way lighter. And so you're going to be able to, and hopefully, hit it farther. I gotta move this. So we're going to do some swings with the fan, which I've only used this, I could count on my hand. I could count on my hand how many times I've used the fan. But, let's do 5 or 10 swings, and then jump to a few drivers. Then do 5 or 10 more, and jump to a few drivers again. And when I'm doing these fan swings, technique is going to be farther on the list of what I'm worried about right now. Right now it's just going to be intensity and speed. Okay. Let's jump to a few drives. Already, holy cow. That is crazy. It already feels like super, super light. Make sure this is, I've been through my fair share of driver breaks.
Get ready for a full ride.
Yeah. Ball speed. The dispersion for how far these are going really is not that big. I'm not hitting the ball super, perfect in the center, which when we start doing that, the ball speed is already gonna, want to start climbing more and more. Just gotta get a little more consistent. Yarby's over here trying to give me a swing lesson.
Just look your yo and plant it.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying.
Let's try it.
That ball's super spinning.
No, it isn't spinning.
What's the speed on that?
It's loaded. 178. So you could say how it is, better. 180. 184 ball speed, all right. Like that's tying the highest ball speed, but it's not going the farthest out of all the drives. Just because of how fast the ball is back spinning, it creates more resistance and then it doesn't go as far. Just so many factors to it. Okay. The swing, we're still trending upward because a new high of ball speed in the golf room, 184, and I did that twice, or I think it's 3 times, but, regardless, we're still trending up. And I think the fan honestly helped a bit. It was just really weird to adjust right after, swinging this so many times because it's just, it feels like I'm swinging something without even the head on it at that point. So it kind of takes a while to get used to back to your normal swing. But let's do a few more swings with the fan, a few more driver swings, and then call it. And then let's go hit arms. Yeah, I mean, this is freaking tough to swing. If you guys ever get the opportunity to, check this out and then hit a few drives after so you can really know what I'm talking about. It's getting up there a little bit more. 181 again. All right, well, that's enough. Let's go jump to the gym. Yeah, I fucking wouldn't be either. Actually, no, go ahead. No, man, please. I haven't even started yet. Anyway, we just finished up speed training in the golf room, and I took a pit stop in the bathroom, let's just say that. But, you know, I'm kind of noticing when I go really hard on the drives, you know, back to back, and, you know, doing the fan especially, I was getting, you know, kind of winded pretty quick. So it's not totally ideal, just like how you wouldn't exert yourself before a lift, like doing cardio or something. But it's still, you know, it won't be that bad, especially with like arms. I definitely wouldn't want to get too crazy before like legs, you know, where you're going to be doing really heavy squats or something that, you know, you want your full freshness. But my buddy Matt here was nice enough to let me in on some tricep pushdowns. Okay. You can go a bit heavier. I kind of like drop setting these in like the overhead. Ugh. Oh, gosh. And I'm not totally worried about form right now, like, you know, pulling these all the way down to my sides or just, because it does get a little easier when you put these together. I'm just trying to do the most I can do and then drop it down a little bit and just do a good drop set just to get a ton of blood going right at the beginning. I definitely need to take a freaking iPhone filming camera class. So I feel like just something is a little off with these angles. But I just tried to put it into like regular zoom, so no like 0.5 to kind of make that fisheye look. And I just ended up moving the camera back a bit. So hopefully it ends up looking a little better. And drop it down a little bit. And do the overheads again. Oh, jeez. You know, the freaking stretch on that when I'm all the way back feels crazy good. Oh, jeez. You know, I feel like it's just way harder in the one-to-one, on the one-to-one cable. I don't know. Ugh. A little more drops. Okay. You know, this might be too heavy, I'll be honest. We'll see. Maybe not. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I just think that's a bit too heavy for what I want. Let's drop that down a bit. I need a fucking iPhone camera film class because I was fucking bobbing the weight right in front of you guys. So hopefully I don't freaking crash the tripod here. And it looks okay still. But definitely had to drop the weight down. That was just getting freaking way too heavy. And I don't want to, fuck my elbows or something. Which, it wasn't too heavy, but it was just at the max, So we can go down a little bit. Yeah, this already feels like less strenuous. I suppose one more of those and then some like single arm stuff. Okay. All right, done with that. I could have found a better middle ground, maybe like another 5 on each side. But the 25s was too heavy, and I feel like honestly this could have been too light. Like that was almost, 20 reps or whatever. It just gets a little high for my rep range, but you can have 2 or 3. I feel like you can have 2 or 3 sets where you go outside your wanted rep range, and it doesn't matter. Just trying to really pump these out, squeeze, and then we'll move on to buys. All right. Oh, all right. It might be a little too heavy. dump that off, make it a little bit lighter. But I typically like starting with my left just because I feel like it's a little bit weaker than my right. And I don't want to be overworking my right. Like if I start with my strong arm and I do 15 reps and then I do my weak arm and I can only get 12 reps, my strong arm is always going to be ahead. So if I do 12 reps of the weaker arm and then I do 12 reps, even though I maybe could have done 15, it's not going to, it's not going to make the gap bigger, if you know what I mean. Okay. So just trying to even it out. Okay. Holy cow. All right, let's move on to bis. I like to warm up just with some regular curls. And then, we'll do the one big set where you're kind of just trying to swing around the most weight as you possibly can. And then we'll drop back down, go down a little bit, and just try and squeeze them out. But just warming up now. Get some initial blood flow. Yeah. Yeah, see, he knows about it. My man knows about it. Okay. Okay. Oh, fuck. It is fucking loud in here. But, yeah, it felt super good. Moving the 45s. I mean, I remember being in middle school, or like the beginning of high school. I could barely even bench the 45s. So, the lifts over time are starting to pay off. I think especially now more than ever, after kind of, starting to stick to the diet and really trying to bulk up, it's freaking awesome to see the progress. Well, let's drop it down a little bit, kind of squeeze them out, get a little bit slower on the descension, like really trying to flex as you're letting your arm down. I feel like that's my favorite way to do the curls. But let's keep after it. Good. Okay. typically right now, I would do some sort of, double cable curl, but with the lack of, the school gym has a lack of attachments. So we're just gonna go single arm cable curl, trying to go heavy, slow on the descension, just trying to get like as much blood into the muscle. And then after that, we'll do some kind of behind cable curls just to hit it, a little more lengthened instead of just shortened. Then that should be it for bis. It should be around 9 sets. And like I was yapping about earlier, that's about the most I do. Okay. Whew. Okay. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay. But I'm gonna have the cable, I'm gonna step out in front, let my arm hang back a little bit, just so I'm really like getting the full, I don't even know what the fuck it's called, full range, but I was getting, yeah, whatever. It's gonna be behind you. All right. Just really trying to get a good squeeze. Okay. All right, done with that. All right, done with the lift, done with the speed training. You know, today, yet another day of progression that we're literally seeing in the data. So got up to 184 ball speed, and we changed up the method. So we were using the fan, and then, you know, with all like the drag, it made the club feel a lot lighter. And so we were really, you know, getting after them a little bit more. Still definitely got to work on how solid I'm hitting them, because it doesn't matter how hard you swing. If you're not hitting the ball in like the center of the face, you know, the ball speed just isn't gonna, it's not gonna get up that high. And again, that's just gonna come from me, you know, getting more reps in pretty much. But hit bis and tris, you know, I ended up not doing shoulders. I'm gonna save shoulders for tomorrow and do chest and shoulders, which is typically what I'll do for like a push day, and then I'll keep arms on their own. But, you know, the freaking triceps went pretty good, I would say. Just the gym in there lacks variety, you know. The cables are good, but they don't have like a ton of attachments. And then, you know, I don't really like the one-to-one weight cable. You know, it was all right. You know, we made do of what we could in there. And then bis, I mean, heavy curls, heavy cable curls, and then heavy kind of, you know, hanging back curls, instead of doing like just hanging curls with a dumbbell, which those went super good. So I was happy with that. Gonna have this ice pop, go take a shower, go to the dining hall, eat a ton of food. And then I'm gonna be, you know, cooped up in the library, because I've got a presentation I gotta finish. I've got, you know, a freaking you know, I was just talking about the 5-page paper. Now I have a 4-page paper for a different class. So just a ton of writing over 2 books, 1 essay over 2 books, comparing them. Whatever. You know, again, I left the Xbox at home. And anyways, no more OG Fortnite anyway. So it's not like I'd be super distracted. But chapter 5, you know, I'm gonna have to get on that. You know, maybe I'll stream some of it. I've been thinking of that a ton. You know, if you're a OG viewer, you'd know. You know, a few weeks back, I was streaming the Fortnite on TikTok, and you know, it was fucking hilarious. I got like a 10 kill W, so that's right to the bicep. But anyway, good video. We've got a push day tomorrow, and then you know, still climbing every day. So I'll see you guys in the next one.